Ladies and gentlemen, what's up and welcome to the Tony Gomez Show tonight. I guess it's Sunday afternoon. Thank you for tuning in today. We are getting ready to hit you with Jason McMaster. I'm going to bring him in the studio right now.
Hey.
We're going to get him on the stage. Bam. Jason, how you doing, brother?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Loud and clear,
Okay,
man.
good.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, good. Yeah, my pleasure, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, the thrill is all mine. Corpus Christi native, man. I tell you, I've always heard the lore about you, always in the scene as I've been growing up. I was born in 70, so I was always around where you were, building the scene up around here in Corpus with at the very beginning. And just been so excited going down the Jason McMaster rabbit hole and seeing all the different projects that you've been a part of and how you've just made a foundation out of your voice and your skills and your production to really leave a huge print on heavy metal and hard rock in worldwide, man. You have fucking made some great fucking rock music that is gonna stand the test of time. And whether it's Broken Teeth or whether you've been doing, your latest projects like Godzilla Motor Company or Igniter.
Well, I think I lost the host. I need the host back. This ain't my show if I'm live.
Trouble. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Thank you. Jason, thanks a lot. Well, like I was saying, you have made your imprint on metal history and just rock in general. And I'm so excited to kind of delve into your roots here out of Corpus Christi. Now, to kind of get things started, man, what high school did you graduate from over here?
I moved to Austin in 1980, so
You're still middle school?
No, I was born in 1965. I lived over there. I lived on Barnes by the baseball fields.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah. Weber and Galahar. And I lived, before that, I lived on 502 Sorrel, right across from Incarnate Word there on Alameda.
I got it. Yes.
Yeah. And I went to Air Street Church of Christ for a while.
Yeah.
I was born in Spawn Hospital. Shit. I'm so old. Spawn was the only hospital in town at that point, right? So
that's right. I remember. I was born in Spawn as well.
Yeah. So just to kind of give it a little bit of history without being as long as my arm, it's kind of like I went to Minger. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I live right down the street from Minger.
Right.
And then I went to Air Street Church of Christ for 3rd and 4th grade. And then I went to Meadowbrook over by King.
Yeah. That's my
5th
area.
And 6th grade.
Over here by Parkdale.
Yeah, correct. 5th and 6th grade was over at Meadowbrook. I lost him again. I can wait.
Jason, sorry about that. Been having some
That's all right.
Wi-Fi connections over here, man.
Yeah,
So
we're
we left
working.
off. You were telling me how you went to Menger, and then you actually, since you're right down the street, after that, you went to Ayers Church of Christ?
Third and fourth grade, I think, and then I went to Meadowbrook in fifth and sixth. That would have been 1975 or 76.
Yeah.
And then I went to Incarnate Word in
All right.
seventh and eighth grade, and then I went to Baker Junior High for ninth grade, and then I went to Ray for 10th grade. And after
Yeah.
10th grade, my mom had moved to Austin, and I moved to Austin. So back up a little bit, and I'm a dropout. I never graduated, but I came to Austin and I went to 11th grade, started my senior year, and then school's just getting in the way of me playing rock and roll. So I just quit.
Yeah.
And I only needed like 2 credits to graduate. I'm not proud, but stay in school, kids. And
Yes, you're right there.
yeah,
All right.
I'll back up a little bit. You know, when I was about 11 years old, I started really getting into music. And I mean, I was in music when I was like 5 and started buying records and shit.
Yeah.
And I have 3 brothers. I have 1 younger and 2 older, and their record collections really had an influence on me. Even my younger brother, Randy turned me on to AC/DC and Judas Priest
Oh, hell,
in
your
the
younger brother.
in the late 70s. Well, I was into Elton John and Queen and
Yes.
stuff like that, and then I discovered Kiss.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's
my
what a game
brother,
changer.
yeah, and that would have been about 75. Here I am, the lonely man.
All right, Jason. So you're just
Tony,
telling me how
we
you
got to stop
discovered
meeting like
Kiss,
this, man.
and who was it about Kiss? Was there a particular member that you were like
Oh,
that's the
well,
man I want to kind of be like? Was
yeah,
it Paul, Gene?
after the initial shock of seeing that these young men were dressed up like, kabuki demons
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
clowns or Korean ghosts or something, it was intriguing. And then the songs were just about sex, drugs, and rock and roll, but
Yeah.
every once in a while they had something really dark. It wasn't just, and it was scary sometimes, especially for being like 10 years old and shit.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and so, I noticed really quick Gene was having all the fun. So he's probably the reason I wanted to be a bass player. So
Yes.
I ended up getting a bass guitar. My mom and my older brother pitched in, got me a pawn shop bass guitar, and I started teaching myself how to play bass.
Hell yeah.
And a couple years later, I ended up being in a band called Rampage, which I'm sure you've heard of
Yeah.
around there. Yeah. And I was about 14 or 15 years old, I think. And, Ron and those guys, Mark, I think, Blankenship, they were older than me. They were a couple years older than me.
Yeah.
So, I didn't last very long. I think I was cramping their style a little bit, because they were into girls and I didn't know anything about girls yet. So that's
Uh-huh.
I mean, I found out what the big deal was, right? No wonder I was
Hell
cramping their
yeah.
style. They were looking for girls and I wasn't looking for girls. Anyway, I just wanted to play rock and roll.
All right, Jason, man, I apologize about the Wi-Fi trouble. I'm going to edit these little spots out.
Okay.
Like you were just telling me about how you
yeah, I
definitely caught
was.
up to speed and caught up to the sex, drugs, and rock and roll that the other guys in the band were definitely
I didn't last very long in my first band, and I after that I started playing with some cats that I knew over at Incarnate Word, and dude, this is like 8th grade, 7th and 8th grade. I was so young.
Yes.
And I didn't know shit. And but I was having fun learning about my bass guitar and learning how to play with a drummer, and those were important moments for me. And I was just excited to be able to learn how to tune it.
Hell yeah. Learn the fundamentals. Yep.
And even just start a song with a drummer and then end at the same time. That was really the only goal I had. I was just having so much fun. It was like getting a new bicycle or something. And then I when I was going to Ray, I didn't really have a band, but I saw Spectre. If you remember a band called Spectre, or the Legend.
I do remember the band called Spectre. Yeah. I didn't get a chance to see them live, but I remember I've heard the history about them.
It was a group of brothers, at least 2 of them, and Steve, the drummer, Steve Mendez, lives in Austin, and I'm in like 3 bands with him. And he was in Spectre when he was a kid. I saw him play in the W.B. Ray High School in like 1979, 1980, right before I moved. The summer I moved to Austin, I saw them, and they played a bunch of Sabbath. I saw that same year, I think I saw Purple Mushroom. I saw Iron Sledge.
Purple Mushroom, the Calderon Brothers.
Yeah, and I saw good old Corpus Christi stuff. You there?
All right.
Yeah, so, that would have been at the Moravian Hall.
Yes, the Moravian right there off of Castoris.
Yeah. And I'll never forget that. That was kind of an eye opener. And then it was just a few months after that I moved to Corpus. Moved to Austin. I was living in Corpus with my dad over on Barnes by Price Field. And I moved to Austin. I didn't know anybody. I just took everything that I owned and moved up here with my mom. And that would have been like summer 80, 81. I started our Austin High in 11th grade. And I met Mike Solis, who ended up being, I was a bass player. I wasn't a singer yet. And I was 16 or 17 at that point. And Mike Solis was a drummer at the time. Mike Solis is the singer from Militia, and that's where people will know him from. But I met him in the cafeteria. He was wearing a Motorhead shirt. I was like, "There's my people right there." So we hung out all the time, and he had a band that was looking for a bass player, and I just walked into their lives, and we were called Fallen Angel, and we got going and just playing covers, whatever, Priest and Rush and Hendrix and Zeppelin and AC/DC and same old
all
shit.
The good
Riot,
shit right then. Yes,
Riot and Crocus and early metal, and then that lasted under not even a year. We had done a handful of shows, just keg parties and backyard stuff and school functions and things like that. And we lost our guitar players. we started looking for a guitar player, and I came across this.
Was that guitar player Ron?
No, I came across this these guitar players that were in this band that we had called Fallen Angel, Mike Solis on drums and me on bass. We ended up becoming the singers, where we just traded off because we couldn't find a singer. Then I got left that part out, and then we found ourselves looking for guitar players. And I found in a music store, I found a card that said Watchtower on it, and they were young kids turned out as well. And so fast forward, in May of 82, I became their singer because they already had a bass player, and the guitar player for Watchtower is the original, and that is Billy White.
Billy White, okay.
Billy White, and who ended up later on in Dokken with Mickey D and Peter Baltes from Accept and John Norum from Europe, and of course Don Dokken on vocals.
Yeah.
But he was, he started Watchtower with Rick and Doug, and I just found their number and I called them. Hey, I'm looking for a guitar player. I'm not trying to headhunt you, Billy White. I've never met you before, blah, blah. I got invited over. We really hit it off. A week later, I was their fucking singer. It was crazy. Anyway, so
Hell
I cut my teeth as a singer in Watchtower, and the rest is kind of history. 10 years later, I was in Dangerous Toys, and everybody knows what that's about. And I just been making music my whole time, my whole life, without any plan B at all.
I get it, man. Exactly.
Yeah.
I've kind of lived my life kind of in not so much like that, but not really a plan B either. Jason, like I was saying, I kind of followed in some of those footsteps in my own way, because I've kind of kept my ass in food service, where I always had a steady job to take care of the bills and to be a good father and a husband. But I always made it possible to always jam, no matter what. I was playing in multiple bands and just trying to stay busy, because that's where my heart was at. That's where I got to be free and got to express myself and have the fucking blast that I always wanted to experience.
That's your therapy, man.
It is, bro. And I got it when I saw Kiss back in '79. I caught the Dynasty tour up in San Antonio, and we went on the C101 party bus. I went with a couple of my aunts, and man, it was like, wow, this is what it's like. Oh, I want to live this life forever. And so I wanted to be like Gene Simmons. I didn't pick up the bass. I actually started playing drums. And one thing led to another, from playing drums to singing, and playing drums, and then to finally just singing. But growing up, I've always, man, I grew up listening to everything you did, everything you loved growing up as well. And those are the building blocks for my career, and always kind of trying to build a roadmap of success by hearing all the greats from Sabbath to Iron Maiden to of course Rob Halford and the Priest and Dio. And you know, I grew up listening to the vinyls at my aunt's house, to like Styx, The Grand Illusion, to Judas Priest, Unleashed in the East. And I think maybe the first rocker I kind of got into was Buddy Holly. And she had an album with Buddy Holly's greatest hits. And it kind of, I was like, this is fucking cool. And next thing you know, she brought home Love Gun from Kiss. And that was it. That was fucking it. And so, you know, speaking of, you did a little Kiss tribute. You do a Kiss tribute. So I was saying, you do a Kiss tribute as well.
I did for a while. In the early 90s, I had one called Sick. Me and some friends had one called Sick, just Kiss spelled backwards. And we were a 5-piece, and I played bass and sang, and we had a lead singer. We didn't do costumes or anything. That was a blast. And we did that until, I don't know, on into the 2000s for certain.
Yes.
Played 1,000 gigs all over Texas. And we opened for Quiet Riot down in Corpus Christi. I can't remember the name of the venue, but
no shit. Damn.
Yeah, somebody hired Sick to open for Quiet Riot.
Badass.
It was kind of,
who was
kind
still
of
in Quiet Riot at that time? Frankie, and who else?
Kevin Dubrow and Frankie
yes.
Minelli. I think it was Alex Grussi, the guy that's still on guitar now.
Oh, tight.
Yeah, Kevin Dubrow though. Yeah. I don't remember who was playing bass, but it wasn't Rudy.
Yeah, Rudy's been getting around. I know. Damn, man. So, you know, I've really been getting to the Broken Teeth material, dude. That was cool. It just kind of took Dangerous Toys and got a little bit more, a little raunchier, a little bit rougher. All right. I'm a big fan of the track Undertaker, man.
Yeah.
Were you into wrestling as you were growing up?
No, the funny thing is when I wrote Undertaker, I wrote it to be about this guy that was a necrophiliac, and he hung out in the graveyard.
Fuck. Yeah.
And so he was a creep.
Yeah.
And then I called it the Undertaker because that was his job, is, you know, digging graves.
Yeah.
And that tied into the whole thing of him being a creep. Well, as soon as I played Undertaker for my friends, they were like, "Oh, cool, about the wrestler." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah, there's this wrestler like called the Undertaker. And I'm like, "God damn it," because I don't like wrestling. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
So I changed it just to save face. I only had to change like 2 lines, which is really kind of amazing.
Yes.
For it to kind of lean into, you know, man dressed in black makes his way to the ring is pretty much all I had to do to make it be about a wrestler. Yeah. Yeah. Because it didn't say that at first. So the opening line's really the only change that I had to make it be about the wrestler, because, I even had somebody float it to the Undertaker and the wrestling federations to try to
I'm
see if he would
sure.
use it as his walk-on music, but I never heard back. So
Oh hell.
that's an old song. That was on the first record that came out in 1999. That's how
Yes.
old Broken Teeth is. But
Yes, man. You guys, you hit it with some ferocity, man. And I really enjoyed hearing the live Broken Teeth record you got out that I caught on
evil,
Spotify.
evil,
The live
e-
version, really
evil in
great
the queue.
production.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So that live recording just has such great intensity and just great live energy, man. It's like I
Yeah,
can
you
feel how you guys are throwing down just by the way it sounds so fucking hard rocking, man. You guys just you're so experienced in how to do this, and it comes
mm,
across in every fucking song. I love it, man. I also do an ACDC tribute, so I'm surprised that you haven't done a little some more ACDC, because I feel like it's kind of within your range easily. But
yeah,
I
I've
love
been
that
on
ACDC, the raunchy and the grittiness, and that's what
yeah.
Dangerous Toys brought to the table. And I love that about you guys.
Mm.
And even on the latest track, Demolition, man, you're still bringing it back just like it ever was, man. Y'all sound great on that new album.
Yeah, those are demos from 1990.
Whoa, no shit.
That's why it's called Demolition.
There you go. I got to read between the
Yeah, those
lines.
are
Yes,
those are
okay.
old.
All
Those are really
right.
old
One on
old
one
songs.
live, and you know, uh,
Yeah,
yes, dude, Rock Shot Cowboy. Okay.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Those were recorded on little Tascam and Fostex 4-track recorders in South Austin when
Whoa.
we were starting to write for a third record. Hmm.
But while we're talking about Broken Teeth, I do want to ask you real quick. You had a couple of great offers that come across your table, whether it was from Vinnie Paul or whether it was from Snake from Skid Row, to step up and to be the front man in those bands. But tell me why you didn't want to jump into those groups.
I was not offered the gig. I was offered an audition.
I got it. Okay.
I turned down the audition for those bands.
Okay.
I have my own songs I want to sing, man.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. I get it, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You had so many good things going on in yourself. No wonder, that sounds fine and dandy, but you already had your own thing going on, and it was going great.
Yeah, I mean, maybe monetarily, and I'm sure it would have led to bigger things for me and a bigger footprint and things like that. But at the time, the decisions made to just not
Yeah.
even even step into the room to even see what it sounded like or if we got along musically or whatever. I mean, Snake and those guys write great songs.
All right. So, during that time, coming out of Dangerous Toys and doing Broken Teeth, and I think I caught on that y'all did like maybe 8 records together in Broken Teeth.
Yeah, we have enough material to do a brand new one as we speak, but we just haven't gone into the studio yet. And I've got a new thing. Me and Paul Lydell, who's been in Dangerous Toys since '94, we started Broken Teeth together, and then we got a booking agent and booked a 30-day solid run without any days off. And Paul had a work commitment, and so we replaced him, and that would have been in like 2007 or something. So
yeah.
But Paul was on like the first 3 records, and he wrote like half the record, the Electric album.
Yeah.
And so his sound is still, and Broken Teeth is bluesier than Dangerous Toys. Dangerous Toys has some kind of fucked up riffs in it, Bones in the Gutter. And there's some weird shit going on in some of the Toys shit that, Teeth doesn't do that. It's more like Fast Eddie, it's be like Fast Eddie from Motorhead wrote the riffs,
Yes. Jason, I want to hit up a couple of things because we've been having some trouble with the Wi-Fi, and I want to reschedule this with you. But before I let you go, I want to talk about the latest album that you got a track on, Accept's 50th year, Teutonic Titans, and you were doing the Hellhammer track. Is that right?
That's right.
Oh, shit. I can't wait. I ordered that one. I can't wait to get it.
Sweet.
When I saw you post about that, I was like, oh shit, man, you're on there with a lot of all the greats that are on there, and much deserved that you need to be on there as well. I also caught on that you were asked to sing on stage with Accept for at least 4 dates. Is that right?
I covered for Mark Ternillo back in 2022, 4 shows out on the East Coast. Yeah, he lost his voice, and Wolf Hoffman called me, and I, without any rehearsal, I got on a plane and went out and sang the same night that he called me, and the next day I was on a plane. And I did the same with Armored Saint just like a month later.
John shit, you filled in for John?
Yeah, John lost his voice, and the same thing. And the reason that Joey Vera called me to do that was because they had just heard that I had done it for Mark and Accept. So so I seem to be that guy.
All right, thank you. So you got in there and you killed it over there, filling in for Mark and filling in for John. You are like, I'm telling you, it doesn't surprise me one bit that these guys came to you to fill the shoes of some of the big heavy hitters, because you are a heavy hitter yourself, and nobody else better to get you in there to fucking nail it and keep the fucking show on the road. That's so awesome, Jason.
That's what it was. Thank you. And it's an honor. I mean, I was dude, I was flipping out, to be honest. I was nervous. Yeah. I mean, I love John Bush. I love Armored Saint. I love what they do, and I'm a huge Accept fan. And I had never met Mark, and Mark is a fucking legend. So it, just to even be in the same shoes at all, anywhere near that shit, and they trusted me.
Yeah,
and that means a lot.
Absolutely.
And
you're professional, man. They went to the right guy, and they knew they had the right guy. That's
I
all.
Appreciate that. I'm filling in for I'm filling in as a replacement singer for Solitude Eternus at Maryland Death Fest in 20 days, and I'm freaking out.
Oh shit!
So
Damn, is that right?
yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. So that's going to be interesting.
And Jason, I also want to talk about how you have got a couple of big shows coming up this month of May. You got Broken Teeth hitting the stage on May 15th at the Crow's Bar right up there in Austin. That's going to
Hmm.
be a banger. I believe it's with the Swift Drag, and the Broken
That's
Things
right.
are going to be joining you guys. That's going to
That's
be
right.
hard, fucking hard show right there.
Yeah.
And then we got Dangerous Toys hitting the stage. Is this going to be the annual Come and Take It live show for Dangerous Toys?
Yeah. Come and take it on May 30th. Hmm.
Yes, man. I caught I guess it was last year's video for Come and Take It Live of y'all doing the show. Packed house. You guys sounded great. Your pipes sounded amazing. And you know, it was love going down the rabbit hole, seeing like the Hell's Heroes concert footage of you guys doing Watchtower.
Yeah.
Man, great stuff, man. I loved it. I loved it. Then I saw the Fitzgerald's Watchtower show too. Just,
Yeah.
I mean, all the guys, Doug, Rick and Ron, and you haven't lost it, man. Y'all are just better and so much more um, skilled at your craft. So yes, Dangerous Toys will be at Come and Take It Live for that annual show coming up May 30th. Man, I've been rocking out to Dangerous Toys with my wife as we've been going to the grocery store and to the gym, saying, "Hey, this is Jason, this is him." She's like, "Wow, I've heard those songs before." And I was telling her we need to go. And the only reasons I can't make it to the 30th to see that great show is I also do a Pantera tribute called Vulgar Display of Power. And we got a
Nice.
booking down in the valley for that night, playing with a Metallica and a System of a Down tribute. But
Nice.
I am gonna catch this next time Dangerous Toys comes out, and I need to catch Broken Teeth as well, man, because I love that kind of energy. You're my
Yeah.
kind of fucking singer, and the bands you rock with are just the best. You guys are the best at what you do, man.
Cool. Well, thanks for all the kind words. Check out a new band that I have called Hot Shot. There's 2 songs on Spotify and all the streaming shit right now.
Wow.
And
Okay. Hot
yeah, it's
shot.
Hot Shot with umlauts over the O.
Okay.
And yeah, make sure you look for the umlauts. And we have a full record coming out later this year or early in 27. So yeah, and it's the same kind of shit as Broken Teeth and Toys. It's kind of butt
Yes.
rock, but it's heavy. And there's a song on there that are actually, it's not a Motorhead cover, but Lemmy wrote the words.
All right. So Hot Shot. We should be having a
Yeah.
full album available here pretty soon.
Yeah, end of the year or early next, because we still have some songs we have to finish up, but it's almost, it's almost done. So yeah, there's that, and there's so much shit going on. It'd take another hour, and
I know, man.
with your
You
Wi-Fi,
also,
we can't do it. So
I caught a listen to Traveler and the other jam from Cassius King,
yeah,
and dude, that sounds great too. I like it because
thanks.
that's really a different sound from what I'm used to hearing you do, and
Mhm.
it just it's great. Different bunch of musicians. You just got a whole different vibe going on with that project.
Have you heard Howling Sycamore yet?
Which one?
Howling Sycamore.
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
Howling Sycamore?
I made 2 records with Howling Sycamore. You should check that out. That's like, imagine if Pink Floyd and Queensryche made a black metal record.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good. That's
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna check that out. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it's crazy. Howling Sycamore. There's another record that came out last year by a group I'm in called Night Terror, and that's with Jack Frost from Savatage.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Night Terror. So check
Night
out
Terror.
that. Yeah, the record's called Return of the Witches.
Killer. So I got some new music to listen up to. Howling
Yeah.
Sycamore, and also look up Night Terror. Yeah.
Night Terror, yeah.
Man, I tell you, looking at your website, you have got so much under your belt. Being in the Austin Hall of Fame down here in South Texas, you're in the Walk of Fame. I love seeing your star out there whenever I'm at the surf club. Hell yeah, man! Just so proud of everything you've done. And you coming from Corpus, it gives a hometown guy like me. It keeps my dream alive, because I know that you're still hammering it out, dude. You're a lifer. You always will be doing this till the day you die. And I feel the same way about myself. And
I'm too dumb to quit.
I love to see the success that you've been able to get, and it makes me motivated and inspired to keep it up, because it feels good the same way makes you feel fantastic. I get that same kind of high, and we're addicted to this, I guess, because it's definitely a drug that I never want to put down, because rock and roll, it just doesn't. It never hurts. It only gets you better.
That's right. I'm possessed by rock and roll. So
that's right.
Can't
quick,
stop.
Before I let you go, I do a little thing called Draw the Line, and it's Yeah, Jason, I like to finish off our interview today with a little segment I call Draw the Line. I'm going to throw you out some bands, and we're just going to go through a quick speed session of who you prefer out of these bands I'm going to be throwing at you in pairs. All right? So let's get started. How about who do you love out of Wasp versus Cinderella?
Oh, that's tough, man.
Yes. Okay.
I love Cinderella Night Songs, but I got to go with Wasp. I don't agree with Blackie's politics, but I got to go with Wasp.
That first Wasp is such a heavy hitter, man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Okay. Second one, Kiss versus Queen.
Oh, I can't do that, man.
Oh my
God. Well, I got into them around the same time, but Kiss took over my life. I got to go with Kiss, but
got you. God. All right.
Yeah,
Kiss it is. Third one, AC/DC versus Van Halen.
AC/DC.
Hey, okay. And on a side note, Sammy Hagar or David Lee Roth?
That's hard, but
Yeah.
I got to go with David Lee Roth.
Okay. Was it Sammy or David Lee Roth?
It was David Lee Roth, but I hate this game.
All right. Let's get you with an even tougher one, I think. Number
Okay.
4, Rush versus Triumph.
Rush.
Oh, okay. I get it. Okay. And the last one, the two big heavy hitters of the new wave of British heavy metal, Judas Priest versus Iron Maiden.
Judas Priest.
Judas Priest. Does that lean because you also do a killer Rob Halford?
No.
Just Priest all day.
I love Iron Maiden. I think Judas Priest spoke to me just a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I probably put more time into
that catalog.
Freaking out on the Priest catalog.
Oh,
and,
yes.
I mean, Judas Priest lost me a few times. There's some records that kind of lost me. But Iron Maiden has a lot more records under their belt that they really lost me on.
Yeah.
So,
I get it. Man, Jason, the thrill has been all mine. Thank you so much. Jason, before I let you go on this Sunday afternoon, anything you want to share with the people out there?
No, just don't do drugs, stay in school, and turn it up.
There you go. Oh, words of wisdom right there. Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. The road that we've chosen is a hard road, and it ain't made for everybody. Hell no.
Right.
Golly, but I tell you, I'm glad that you chose that road.
Find your smile. Yeah, find your smiles, everybody. Whatever it takes to find your smile, that's what you got to do.
I love that, man. Exactly. Find your happiness. Find what makes you happy, because it's not always about money. And for me, it's not about money. It's about, man, I'm just a singer, man. I love to sing my ass off. Whatever I can do. Anytime I can get with a great bunch of guys and do that makes my world go round.
100%.
Hell yeah. Guys out there, make sure you're going to jasonmcmaster.com to keep up with all of Jason's happenings. Make sure you catch him if you're in the Austin area, May 15th at the Crowbar with Broken Teeth, or May 30th at Come and Take It Live with Dangerous Toys. Jason, thanks a lot, man. I hope to talk to you again soon.
You got it. Thanks, Tony.
You got it, brother. We'll see you later. Thanks a lot, you guys, and see you next time on the Tony Gomez Show.